Ever wondered how the Sydney Opera House, an iconic World Heritage Site, came to life? It's a tale of vision, creativity, and yes, you guessed it, private financing. Picture this, the year is 1957. Danish architect Jørn Utzon wins an international competition to design an opera house in Sydney. But there's just one problem. The estimated cost of $7 million Australian dollars is nowhere near enough. Enter private financing. Private financing is a model where private sector investors provide capital for a project, typically in exchange for a return on their investment. In Sydney, this model has been instrumental in making significant developments possible. Now back to the Sydney Opera House. The New South Wales government launched a public lottery to raise the extra funds, but even this wasn't enough to cover the burgeoning costs. So they turned to private financing, with many private investors stepping in to bridge the financial gap. Consider another instance. The Sydney Harbour Tunnel. Opened in 1992, this engineering marvel was also made possible thanks to private financing. The project was a joint venture between two private companies and the New South Wales government. The companies provided 2/3 of the total cost of $557 million Australian dollars, while the government funded the rest. So, what's the takeaway here? First, private financing plays a pivotal role in Sydney's development, enabling projects that might otherwise be financially unfeasible. It's a strategy that brings together the public and private sectors, leveraging their respective strengths. Second, private financing is a risk-sharing model. In the Sydney Harbour Tunnel example, the private companies bore the risk of cost overruns and delays, while the government mitigated its financial risk. Lastly, private financing can accelerate project timelines. With sufficient funding at their disposal, project teams can focus on execution rather than scrambling for funds. So, whether it's an architectural masterpiece like the Sydney Opera House or an engineering marvel like the Sydney Harbour Tunnel, private financing has proven to be a crucial catalyst. It's a tale of collaboration, risk-sharing, and above all, the power of private capital to transform visions into reality.